What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday, Facebook familia. Hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. Super duper shout out to all my Facebook family, my YouTube familia, my podcast familia, my blogging familia. Hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. I want to come in here on this Sunday afternoon to have a controversial Facebook Live. Now, there's going to be some people that will not like this Facebook Live, but as you have been following me for a little while, you know I like to speak the truth with no chaser, and we don't sugarcoat around here on this specific wall. So I'm going to drop a couple of nuggets here, and I want you guys that are actually out there building a solid network marketing business to pay very, very close attention to the content that I'm going to drop right now. Now, you saw the topic. The topic simply says, are there a few network marketing company owners out there that have a slave master mentality? Are there a few out there that have a slave master mentality? And I'm here to tell you yes, 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 and yes. Now, what do I mean by having a slave master mentality? Now, let's think about this for a second as you're out there building your direct selling and/or network marketing business. When you clicked on that I agree button in the back office, when you signed up inside of whatever network marketing company that you're currently building right now, in the back office of your terms and conditions, it simply said independent distributor. It said independent distributor for number one, okay? For number two, that specific company sends you a 1099. They send you a 1099. Now, what does that mean in English? That means that they do not pay your life insurance. They do not pay your dental insurance. They do not pay your health insurance, okay? You do not get paid vacation. You don't get any of those things that normal employees would get because you, my friend, are a 1099 distributor. Now, how is it that some specific owners have a slave mentality? Now, as you are building your business, the goal is really simple. The goal is for you to build it to the point that maybe at some point you tend to put it on cruise control. Maybe at some point you tend to walk away. Maybe at some point you get your numbers to a certain level. You have leaders that are building that know exactly what they're doing. So it does not require a significant amount of your attention like it did when you began building. Now, maybe it took you 3 years to get to that point. Maybe it took you 5 years to get to that point. Maybe it took you 10 years to get to that point. Maybe it took you 20 years to get to that point. But ultimately, the goal was to have what? Freedom. The goal was to have financial freedom, okay, and also mindset freedom. Let me repeat that for the people in the nosebleed seats. The goal was simply to have financial freedom and also to have mindset freedom. Now, as you are building and you get to a certain income level, you may start to diversify. Okay, I'm going to highly suggest that you do this because the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, period, end of story. Feel free to do your own research, but the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And I'm here to tell you that 9 out of 10 MLM owners that are out there do not have 1 stream of income. 9 out of 10 MLM owners, the MLM company is not their only stream of income. So if the MLM company is not their only stream of income, why is it your only stream of income? Hello, McFly. Let me repeat that again. If their MLM company is not their only stream of income, why is it your only stream of income? And then why is it that when you get to a certain level in certain companies that certain owners frown upon you doing other things? Now, I can understand you mixing it up and cross recruiting and building a similar network marketing company that is in the same niche. Okay, that's probably not the smartest thing to do. And I'm not saying to go out there and build multiple MLM companies. Here's what I am saying though. If you got your income level to 50 grand a month, 80 grand a month, 100 grand a month, 200 grand a month, or whatever it is, and then you go out there and you start diversifying in real estate, for an example, and your MLM owners are pissed off about that, they got a personal problem. If you go out there and you go out and buy a Wingstop, if they got a problem with that, they got a personal problem. If you go out there and buy a laundromat or a barbershop or a spa, or you decide to open up a bar or a lounge or whatever it is that you decide to do, and those owners have a problem with that, that's a personal problem that they have. You see, that is a slave master mentality, and that is absolutely idiotic. We're in 2020 right now. We're in 2020 right now. If there's anything that the pandemic has taught us, if there's anything that the pandemic has taught us, it has simply taught us to not rely on 1 stream of income. It has simply taught us to not rely on one stream of income. I don't care how strong that stream of income is, especially in network marketing, because inside of the network marketing arena, you don't own anything. Hello, if you're not the owner of the company, you don't own anything. Okay, you don't own your downline, you don't own the products, you are simply a distributor. So if you are a distributor and they are treating you like a distributor, you need to treat the company the way it should be treated. It is a quote unquote vehicle. It is a vehicle to get you to a certain destination. That's what the vehicle is for. Now, I know that there might be an owner or two or three or four or whatever that might see this specific video and might not like it. If I cared, I wouldn't cut the video. But the reality of it is that I don't participate in companies that have a problem with that. So I'm not talking about anything that I'm involved in. Period. End of story. Because I don't participate in deals like that. I don't participate with inside of deals that the owner or the owners have a problem with you doing other things outside of the network marketing arena. That's the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. You build your business. You create a passive residual income. You have created a passive residual income that is 50 grand a month, 60 grand a month, 80 grand a month. And I'm hoping that your overhead isn't 50 grand a month, 60 grand a month, or 80 grand a month. Meaning that you can now take some of that income and diversify it inside of different things, whatever your goal might be. So if I use me as an example, when I was growing up, I wanted to literally be a TV fisherman. I wanted to be a TV fisherman when I was growing up. And right now, you know, I mean, that's probably not in the cards to be a TV fisherman, not to mention that it's 162 degrees in the shade in Florida right now. And I'm really not interested in looking like Wesley Snipes on a regular basis when it's so doggone hot outside in Florida. However, here's what I would tell you. If I woke up one day and said, you know what, I want to open up a bait shop. I want to open up a tackle shop because fishing is my passion. If I want to open up a tackle shop and I have different organizations that are building, if I decide to open up said fishing tackle, there shouldn't be any issue with any owner that has a problem with that. Now, again, let me classify this here really quickly because I know there's some people that might think that I'm talking about a specific company when I am not. I am not talking about any specific company. And if there's any owner that is on here right now that I actually have a organization in some way, shape, or form, it is obvious that I'm not talking about any of those particular companies because they know me very, very well. However, here's what I would say, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be smart. You have to be smart when it comes down to your money and what you are doing. Some of you are being stuck. Some of you are hog-tied. Some of you are literally hog-tied because you can't do certain things because you have gotten to a certain income level. And some people have not read their terms and conditions. Inside of some companies' terms and conditions, when you get to a certain rank, when you get to a certain level, they don't want you to do anything whatsoever but that deal. They don't want you to touch nothing else. You want to do a restaurant? Ooh, bad news. Oh, you want to open up, you want to go in and start flipping houses? Ooh, you suck. You want to open up a car lot? Ooh, you suck. You need to focus on doing this deal. Just focus, and get us rich. That's what they're saying. Focus, and get us rich. Don't spend no time on nothing else. You don't deserve to spend any time on anything else. You know how some of them feel? Some of them feel that when you joined the company, right, you were broke, busted, and disgusted and couldn't be trusted. So you were broke, busted, and disgusted and couldn't be trusted. Now all of a sudden you went from $10 a month to $500 a month to $1,000 a month to 10 grand a month to 20 grand a month to 50 grand a month to 100 grand a month to 200 grand a month to 300 grand a month, whatever your number might be. And now all of a sudden they feel as if, well, hold on, I was around when you were making $1,000 a month. We were here when you were making $500 a month. We were here when you were making $200 a month. Exactly. And at that point, you had no choice but to focus. You had no choice but to focus. But now all of a sudden, you're making 100 grand a month, 50 grand a month, 80 grand a month, and you decide to go buy some real estate, or you decide to go open up a restaurant, or you decide to go open up a store, or you decide to invest something for your wife, or invest something for your husband, or do this or do that, and now they're frowning upon it. They suck. They unequivocally suck. That's slave master mentality. That is slave master mentality. And if you're in a company like that, I don't know what to tell you. That is slave master mentality. I can never be in a situation like that. Never. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm like the way I am. But there's no way that I could be in a situation like that because we, my friends, are entrepreneurs. We are entrepreneurs. And as an entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen, you own your life as an entrepreneur. You own your life. It's your business, okay? It's your business. It's your life. So if it's your life, it's up to you to create it the way you want to create it. It's up to you to create it the way you want to create it. So maybe you wanted to build something for 10 years and just fade to black. Maybe that was your goal. I don't know. Let's think about, being that I brought up fade to black. Let's think about this for a second. Let's think about my man Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z started off way back in the day with Rockefeller Records. He started way back in the day with Rockefeller Records, right? Now, from a music standpoint, yeah, he just dropped, him and Pharrell just dropped the new song Entrepreneur, which I highly suggest you guys go check out. It's a really, really, really good song, you know, but that was, I don't know, 20 years ago is when Rockefeller Records got started, right? Now let's fast forward 20 years later. Let's fast forward 20 years later. What did Jay-Z do? He took the blueprint from Russell Simmons. He took the blueprint from Russell Simmons, started to diversify. He diversified in the clothing. He diversified in the clubs. He diversified in the big businesses. He diversified in the airlines. He's got so many different businesses right now. It's absolutely crazy. I'm here to tell you that the music industry is a small chunk of his moolah right now. It's probably a small chunk of his moolah right now because he's diversified in so many different ways. However, it all started from what? The music game. The music game was able to create the income that he needed to create, the residuals that he needed to create to continue to get the royalties that he developed back 10, 15, 20 years ago that are still paying him today, that allows him to diversify into other different things. I don't know. Let's look at Warren Buffett. Does Warren Buffett has one stream of income? Absolutely not. Does Berkshire Hathaway hold one company? Absolutely not. He holds multiple different companies. Why? Because it's all about what? Diversification. When one of those things slow down. Alrighty. I apologize, everybody. I had a little bad connection that just faded me out right there for a second. But what I was saying was, when you think about Warren Buffett, for an example, you know, Warren Buffett has things all over the place. All these entrepreneurs, right? Every smart entrepreneur is diversified. So I'm only doing this Facebook Live so you understand the goal. You understand what the goal is. The goal is to build this thing up. The goal is to create a significant residual. And then the goal is to diversify. Diversify some things. I'm not saying have 10 organizations going at one time. That's not what I'm saying, because most people can't build one, let alone build 5 at a time. So I'm not saying go out there and build multiple MLM companies right now, because that is really, really tough. What I am telling you, though, is that to create the income that you desire, and start diversifying in the things that maybe you wanted to do when you were growing up. Maybe start to diversify in certain things that can create other streams of income, just in case the hit the fan in your direct selling company, just in case your owner decides one day that I just want to smoke you and terminate you, okay, for no reason whatsoever. Do you know anybody that ever got terminated for no reason? Yup. Do you know people that got terminated for reasons? Yup. And then you start to realize, man, I don't own anything. You see, after 22 years of being in this game, I realized 22 years ago that I didn't own nothing. So when we fast forward 22 years later, I absolutely unequivocally refuse to be in a situation where I can only have one stream of income. That in 2020 is idiotic. I've got 2 kids and a grandkid. I can't live on one stream of income. I got bills. I got other things that I want to do. And trust me, they're only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So here's what I'm going to say as I close this out, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to really, truly think about this. I want you to really, 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 truly think about this. Ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention to your terms and conditions. Pay close attention to your terms and conditions, and pay close attention to those owners that frown upon you doing other stuff, that indirectly take shots at it. They indirectly take shots at you doing other stuff that has nothing to do with pushing whatever you are selling, okay? Because that in itself is a haterade mentality. It's a slave master mentality, and you don't work for anybody. You work for yourself. So if they want to say, hey, you can't do this, and this outside of MLM, then you need to go to them and say, listen, I work really, really hard. I deserve 30 days vacation every year paid for. I want you to give it to me. Look, I've got 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, 8 kids, 10 kids. My health insurance is $1,500 a month. I want you to pay for it. I need a $5 million life insurance policy, and I want you to pay for it. I want you to pay for my homeowner's insurance. I want you to pay for all these different things that I'm paying for out of my pocket. Then maybe you can tell me what to do. Outside of that, you can't tell me shit. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to build. I'm going to build something, and then I'm going to maybe go, I'm sitting in front of PetSmart right now. Maybe I want to just go buy a PetSmart. I don't know. Maybe there's a doggone business that's going out of business and I want to take 100 grand or 200 grand or 500 grand or 50 grand or whatever and go and chunk some money into it. If that's your goal, then freaking so be it, go do it. But some of y'all are in certain situations that are bad, that are really, really bad, and they got you headlocked and hogtied, and they're dropping the people's elbow on you like The Rock did back in the day, and you wonder why you can't do nothing. You wonder why they keep looking at you funny. Stop that nonsense. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. You are an independent contractor. Did I say independent? Yes, independent contractor. Did it say 1099? Yes, it said 1099. They're not sending you a freaking W-2. So why are they telling you you can't do this and you can't do that outside of MLM? Inside of MLM, that's one thing. That's one thing. There's certain terms and conditions that say that you can't do other MLM companies. Okay? There's a little bit of I don't know. There's some justification in some instances when it comes down to that. But there's also some really, really, really cool MLM company owners that are out there that inside of the terms and conditions, it says that you can do other stuff as long as it's not a competing company. Okay, so if you sell weight loss, you just can't sell weight loss at another network marketing company, which is idiotic anyway. Like, why are you selling weight loss in two different companies? Do you not believe in the first one? You know what I'm saying? Or if you're in Forex and you can't do another Forex company, okay, I understand that. Those are two of the same things. However, if it's two different niches, that's a whole different conversation. But that's in some terms and conditions, that not all. Again, I have to preference this. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and build multiple MLM companies. What I am telling you to do, though, is pay attention to the terms and conditions. Less than 5% of our entire industry of network marketing pays attention to the T&Cs. Less than 5%. What does that mean in English? When you go to sign somebody up inside of your direct selling company and you check off that box that says, I agree, less than 5% of the people who go through that process ever read those things. Less than 5% of them ever read those things. This is why some of them get in trouble when they start doing other things. And then some of these company owners get real slick. Oh my goodness, they get real slick. They see you, they see certain things happening in the industry, and then all of a sudden they keep sending out new terms and conditions. Let me tell you something. If you've been in a company for 5 years and you've got 4 sets of different terms and conditions, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Why you keep sending out new sets of terms and conditions for somebody to re-sign again? See, all that's saying is that you're trying to hog tie me into something to get me sucked in, so you can have a way to take my freaking check. How you a freaking tightwad? What is wrong? This stuff gets me freaking bored up because I am for the people. I'm for the people, and I like to educate the people on what's happening out here that most people just don't get. You got 3 or 4 terms and conditions sent to you in the past couple of years. You better read those things before you sign that. And you better find out what was the difference between the first one and the second one. What did you change between the first one and the second one? That's number one. And number 2, why did you change it? Who did what in the company that made you change something? Okay? Who did what that made you, why did you change it? What'd you change it for? What you scared of? Okay? See, there's certain companies, right, that you get to a certain level and they get scared of your influence. They get scared of your influence, right? And listen, influence is a big thing. If you built an organization of 20,000 people, you deserve to have some influence. You built an organization of 50,000 people, you deserve to have some influence. On the same token, I know of a particular gentleman, right? I'm not going to say any names. I know of a particular gentleman that has positions in numerous different places. He has positions in numerous different places, and he makes a significant amount of money. Now, when I tell you that he doesn't build them, he does not build them. Okay, he's not out there actively recruiting in all these different deals. He's got positions, and he's so connected. There's a couple of them like that. So if anybody tries to say, "Oh, I know exactly who he's talking about," there's a couple of them that are like that, that position people in certain places, right? And those leaders, they go out there and they build a doggone thing. Now, some of those company owners don't want those specific people on stage. Okay, I get it. They don't want them on stage because, you know, they've got a position over here and a position over here and a position over here and a position over here. Okay, I get it that they don't want them on stage, but you can't mess with their cheese. You can't mess with their cheese. You got to leave it alone. And then some people get to a certain position financially that they understand the legal game. They understand the legal game, and they understand that some owners just want to intimidate you. Some owners never, ever, ever want to truly terminate you. What they want to do is bleed you. They don't want to terminate you. They want to bleed you. So when some people don't read their terms and conditions, oh, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, the owners are going to say this, blah, blah, blah. So they get scared and they don't do anything because they don't know the game, right? When in reality, the owner just was scaring you, or owners, they were just scaring you. They wanted to bleed you because they felt as if, well, you don't have the legal fees to be able to fight the deal. So we just going to bleed you and bleed you and bleed you and bleed you and bleed you. Okay. Until you say, oh, well, screw it. I'm going to throw the white flag. It's a wrap. I can't do it no more. It's over. It's over. I don't want to spend 50 grand in legal fees. I don't want to spend 100 grand in legal fees. That's what they want you to do. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be smart. You got to be smart. You at this 20 grand a month level, 30 grand a month level, 50 grand a month level. You better start learning to start diversifying right now before you get to 100 grand a month, before you get to 200 grand a month. Don't wait till you get to 6 figures a month to start diversifying. Don't do that. You at 20 grand a month. That is diversification point right there in my book. Now, I'm not some prophet. I'm just telling you, in my book, at 20 grand a month, that's when diversification should start. Not in numerous different MLM companies, but hey, take 5 grand a month, 6 grand a month, start investing in different places. You know, maybe you've got strong credit and you can go buy a building. You can go buy a building and open up this, well, probably a restaurant probably isn't the best idea these days, but who knows what you might want to do? Who knows what your husband might want to do, what your wife might want to do? I know of a particular millionaire and network marketer right now that just popped in my mind that this person's husband goes out there and does a lot of fishing charters, right? I got to go hang out with him too because I need to go fishing. That does fishing charters, but that makes money. Okay, this person is already a millionaire network marketing, but this husband is out there making money on fishing charters. Okay, that's a passion for the husband, obviously. Okay, so if there's something else that you want to do, you should start diversifying inside of those things before it gets to the point that somebody can come and slap you. Because guess what? If you get to a certain level, and you are diversified enough, your posture changes dramatically. You're not subject to the stupidity that other people are subject to. You're not subject to the scarcity mindset that other people are subject to. And you have figured out at the same time that you can afford really, really good attorneys. So you don't get caught up in the situation of, oh, you got me hog-tied right now and I can't do nothing. This 50 grand a month is all I can do for the rest of my life. This 100 grand a month is all I can do for the rest of my life. All I can do for the rest of my life is push your product. That's it. You don't want me to do anything else but push your product. Ladies and gentlemen, leave the slave mentality alone. If that's your mentality, Mr. MLM owner, Miss MLM owner, whoever it is, company owners, there's a board of you or whatever the case may be. If that's your mentality, that is a slave master mentality. And that mentality sucks big fat baby balls straight up. It really, truly does. Excuse my French, but it does. Now, before I end this, let me frame this again really quickly. I am not talking about anything that I'm a part of. Period. End of story. Okay, let me frame this. So, is Cedrick talking about I am not talking about anything. I am not talking about any company that I receive a residual check from, because I receive a residual check from more than one company. I am not talking about any company that I am a part of, because I cannot be a part of any company that has a slave master mentality when it comes down to an ownership perspective. So let's be clear for anybody that might be a part of any organization that I'm on here, or anybody might share this with somebody, or, you know, some VP or anybody that might pop up on here saying, well, Sid talking about, no, I am not talking about any specific opportunity that I am a part of. But man, oh man, I see so many of them out there. It is absolutely ridiculous. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, and it's time to take your power back. It's time to take your power back. You got to understand that if the MLM company could do it without you, if they could do it without you, it would be called Walmart. Hello? If they could do it without you, it would be called Target. If they could do it without you, it would be called PetSmart. It would be called Nordstrom's. It will be called something else besides your MLM company because there's 20,000 distributors that are selling the product for a reason. There's 50,000 distributors. There's 100,000 distributors. There's 1 million distributors. There's 2 million distributors, 10 million distributors that are selling it for some reason. See, when I do videos like this is the reason why certain MLM companies don't like me to actually do trainings at their particular events. And that's okay. I'm okay with that because I like to spit the truth. So I don't have to be on your specific stage. I'll just do it in the back room. I'll just do it on my own stage so I can get those people there anyway and tell them the freaking truth, because the truth, ladies and gentlemen, will set you free. With that being said, I gotta go. I'm sitting in front of Kiki's right now. Kiki, do you love me? I gotta get me something to eat. Them doggone, that French toast is calling my name. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go hop in here and get me some French toast and enjoy my day. I hope you guys got some value from this. Excuse me if I went on a super duper long rant, but I had to do this because it was on my heart, and I have to start releasing stuff that's on my heart because I'm in a whole different mindset these days. And oh boy, I'm gonna start spitting some content out there that's gonna freaking blow some heads off. And you know what? Why not? It's 2020. What do we got to lose? We in middle of a pandemic. We got a freaking asteroid on its way here. We got election stuff going on. We got racial issues. We got so much stuff going on in 2020. What is a said video spitting the truth? Nothing. So if you got some value from this specific video, let me know inside of the comment section. If you know of some people, or whatever the case may be, if you got some people that you want to share this video to, hit the share button. Hit the share button and share it with them and let them know the truth, because sometimes people need to hear stuff from other people and they believe it more than when they hear it from you. With that being said, God bless you all. Thank you for your time and energy. Thank you for the likes and shares, the emojis, and all that good stuff. You guys go out there and have a phenomenal Sunday. And as always, go out there and make somebody smile today. You already know why. Because they deserve it, and so do you. Until the next time, deuces.